Antigua is the map. We can see spawning down in the bottom right-hand corner of Antigua Shipyard is Liquid HerO, that guy that showed off the 3-gate pressure into expand, I guess we'll call it. And his opponent up in the top left, the blue Terran, is Dignitas SjoW.
I'm going to put it even further, man. I don't think you can call it that. I think that's how it's called.
It's just what it is.
That's just what it's supposed to be, man. 3-gate pressure into expand. Bam.
So, Kev, I was thinking about saving this story for later in the show, but I want to bust it out now because I told you the other day that I had an experience similar to your crocodile experience.
Yeah, and you didn't want to tell me.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you because I wanted to tell you on the show so I could get a genuine reaction out of it.
Guys, you should actually imagine this. Like, I'm sitting at the office. I just played another game, and Bam walks in. He's like, Kev, I have to tell you something. I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, no, wait, I'm actually not going to tell you because I want your reaction to be genuine. What?
Yeah, but now I feel like we've been saying that we've overhyped the story, but it's really a true story. So the guys for the Razor House, and I'll announce all those guys officially later tonight or tomorrow morning. They're all here, and this past weekend they went and they played in the LAN in Southern California. They stayed with the It's Gosu team manager, Rumcake. Huge shout out to Rumcake for helping us out in that regard. And I had to go pick them up. I picked them up late the night after the LAN finished. So I drive down there. I get to Rumcake's place, his house. And I'm parking the car, and I'm like going around, I'm walking around like looking for his building because he lives in like this condo place. And I'm having the hardest time finding it. I park, and then like out of the corner of my eye, I see this little creature, right? This little black creature, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I look really close, and it turns around and it points its butt at me. I'm like, no, it's a skunk. You know, it was a freaking skunk. It like arched its back, and it pointed its butt at me, and I got really scared, so I ran away. And so I'm like running away from this skunk, and I turn, and I look back, and the damn thing's chasing me.
No,
it was chasing me through the parking lot of Rumcake's little apartment complex, and I was so scared because I thought the skunk was going to spray me, and if the skunk sprays you, you smell for like a week. But it never caught me, and I got away. But it was really, I was really terrified that the skunk was gonna get me. But I didn't think, why would it chase me, man? I was just.
Are they fast?
Well, it's like a cat. It wasn't like really like going after me, but it was like running behind me, and then like I would stop, and it would turn its butt around again and get ready to spray me. And then I was like, oh, the hell with this, and I'd get out of there again.
If Todd was here, you know what he would say. Todd would just say that he wants to drizzle all over you. Just drizzle a little bit of that dirt all over you. We have a 2-gate opening over here by HerO, which is interesting. HerO, for a second, he thought about sending out that probe at 9, and then he was like, no, you know what, I'm just going to send it back. I don't really need to scout. If we take a look at SjoW, SjoW of course went for the no gas fast expand build order, and SjoW didn't scout here. It doesn't really matter. SjoW's like, alright, if I long as I have this bunker here, I'm going to be fine for now. I do think once he has 8 or 9 Marines that he's going to just poke out on the low ground and he wants to see what's going on. Interesting. HerO's just going to expand as well. But still, this is better for SjoW because HerO just started warping in this Nexus. And as you can see, that SjoW's orbital command is almost already ready.
Yeah, SjoW's open very aggressive.
This is yeah, a little bit better for SjoW.
Yeah, SjoW's opening was very economical. I was going to say aggressively, but I meant aggressively in an economic way. He's gone with that fast expand into the quick double gas, but he's following it up, interestingly enough, with some barracks play. So often we see Terran players transitioning into higher tech. Cloak Banshees is a common one these days, but SjoW's following this this fast expand into double gas, opening up into multiple barracks with add-ons.
I think it has a lot to do with how the ramp is, and this ramp is pretty far away from the orbital. It's also quite wide, so if you would go for a really quick Cloak Banshees and you drop the orbital on the low ground, you're making it kind of hard on yourself. It can be very risky. You're very susceptible to certain gateway pressures, so I think it's smart that SjoW got at least 2 additional racks. A lot of Terrans go 4 racks straight away. SjoW went for 3 racks.
Yep, as we see HerO just adding in a single additional gateway, taking out to 3 gates, as well as getting that robo. His expansion just finishing up. And SjoW, he's getting an eBay, so that doesn't really point towards any sort of aggression in the early phases of the game. He wants to get those upgrades out. But I'm really kind of wondering what his ultimate plan is. Now he drops that factory, so I guess it's just going to be bio medevac.
I really like what SjoW's doing here, by the way, guys, building the engineering bay over here. Some people might question it, saying like, it's such an important building. Do you really want to build it at your front? Well, obviously SjoW does not build it there to lose it, but if he has to deal with gateway pressure, then all he has to do, like with a big 6 or 7 gate, is stay alive. Sure, +1 would help out a ton, but it's not the most important thing. It would help out a lot more to block out 3, 4, 5 zealots, and the moment he cleans that gateway army up, he's just going to be so much stronger than his opponent, because if Protoss doesn't really have high Templars or Colossus, it's very hard to deal with stimmed bio. So even if this engineering bay would fall to a big gateway pressure, he should be fine. And if he doesn't, then at least it's always there as a little bit of a wall. So I like it what SjoW's doing there, man.
HerO is going to at least show some sort of gateway pressure. He's got some zealots and sentries moving out across the center of the map.
It's amazing how blind SjoW plays now. It's just like 8 minutes in the game right now, and he didn't even send a unit down the ramp.
Yeah, he's seen absolutely nothing. He's just like, whatevs. But I guess it kind of works. I mean, he's got this super safe wall here at the front. HerO's going to poke up and see it and be like, yeah, not going to attack into that.
Nope, I'm not going to try to warp in any additional units. I'm just going to keep this here for now. Maybe I can force field some Marines off, but that's about it. There's just no way. You do not want to bump your head into this. There are so many Marines. They have combat shield already as well, which is, of course, great against gateway pressure. HerO's going to warp in a few stalkers, maybe just, oh yeah, he's actually going to work in this engineering bay. But there are so many Marines, maybe we could see some force fields up on the high ground. Ben, this is promising, I'm liking this by HerO.
Oh, we will see Marines do come forward. Guardian shield goes down, but no force fields yet. Oh, this is so annoying for SjoW.
Oh, he might actually end up losing that engineering bay without getting...
Oh, he is going to lose that engineering bay, just force feeding off any repairs. Stalkers. Oh, cute play by SjoW. Lowers that depot, but it's not enough.
So much for my little speech.
Wow.
That's one way to pick up that engineering bay and not lose a single thing. So that kind of backfired for SjoW.
That was so incredibly cute. Like, that's the only word I really know for it. SjoW's going to react by unloading and making a push with his first 2 medevacs. I guess maybe he wanted to hit a timing with +1, but it's not going to happen. Let's take another look at the way HerO picked off that eBay. Just poking away, using those force fields to really zone everything out. That's nicely done. And that eBay does eventually go down. Right back into the game, we can see that SjoW is making his way across the center of the map.
And this is still a scary push, Ben. It would have been much more scary at +1. But if you take a look, army supply, it's 48 for SjoW and 39 for HerO. HerO doesn't have charge, HerO doesn't have blink. All he has to fall back on are those force fields. And this is tricky, Ben. This is all because SjoW had a better economic opening. And I'm really curious to see how HerO is going to handle this, because I would crumble, Ben, and I would fold on this.
He goes with the ultimate defensive force fields, completely blocking off that ramp, but there's a small gap. A few Marines are able to get through. A 4th force field does get added. Is it going to be enough? I'm not sure that it will be. Running out of energy are those sentries, and SjoW pouring on a lot of pressure, Kev.
Yeah, HerO might be fine. He's going to get an Archon soon, warping in a couple of additional Zealots, but he's taking a lot of damage, and those bio units are still alive as well. This one Archon is oh so important right now.
Yeah, he really represents the, or I guess SjoW's ability, or HerO's ability.
Blink is ready.
No, what a blink, and he picks off 3 medevacs, no, 2 medevacs. Unfortunately, those medevacs were all pretty much empty. Did he get any that were full?
Yes, he got 1. Well, maybe not full, but I believe it had at least 4 or 5 units in.
Well, either way, SjoW, he made a nice attack, but I guess losing those medevacs makes it pretty much a wash. Here we've got a few units being warped in on the other side of the map.
I already saw that, and it's 6 gates for HerO, so this is a little bit tricky for SjoW, but SjoW did have the units there. Beautiful micro, by the way, by SjoW, and he's going to be able to catch some of these stalks as well. At least picks off 1 stalker. More importantly, he picks off this pylon, which takes out the real angle of this push from HerO.
Yeah, a lot of action here as the game's really picked up. Both players taking their 3rd bases. Economically, pretty even game. 59 workers to 62. Terran, I guess, is technically ahead because he does have those mules.
I think we're going to see a little bit of Blink Stalker action in the main base from SjoW right now.
That's exactly what it's looking like. Stalkers are going to blink up. Might be able to get a medevac. 1 shot, 2 shots, and the medevac does go down. Very nice play by here. Also going to manage to pick off this reactor. We'll get 1 more medevac. I think he's going to, and now he's probably just going to blink down and get out of there.
This simple blink has already done so much damage.
Oh, don't overstay, HerO, and he does get away with every single stalker. Very nicely done.
Yep, scan does go down, so SjoW does pick up that observer, but there are still 3 other observers on the map, because all that HerO has been using this robotic facility for is for observers. And look at this, he's just going to dance around like he's playing against the PvP with an immobile army.
Yeah, it's like mutas, man. Just pull the army out of position in one place and then blink in somewhere else. Beautiful. Multi-pronged aggression. It's not even multi-pronged aggression. It's just like, I'm going to poke you here and I'm going to poke you there, and it's going to take you forever to be at either side.
He just pulls units out of position all the time. HerO's playing this really well. Every time he's behind, he just seems to be able to do the right things to save him, to buy himself enough time and eventually get ahead again. Because now we do see that Charge is ready as well, and Charge, of course, is going to help out a lot. Storm is ready as well this time, so we have 4 High Templars here, and now it's going to be so hard for SjoW already to really push with bio only, and you could probably say that he's going to need Ghost.
Yeah, he's not producing any Ghosts either that I can see. No, he doesn't have a single Ghost out. He's got no Ghosts in production. Stalkers again blinking up into the main. They're going to get another add-on off that Starfort and pick up a Tech Lab as well. So incredibly annoying play here by HerO, just punishing SjoW for not leaving a few units behind. But this time,
that's
where are you going to go?
SjoW.
HerO blinks right on top of a bunch of Marine Marauder. Zealots are there, though, but I don't think it matters. There's just a lot more units here for SjoW than there are for HerO. That's a beautiful storm.
But still, is that even going to be enough, man? I don't think so. HerO's going to lose that High Templar, loses the Archon. Wow, that was really, really sick. That was a sick battle. But in the end, I have to sneeze, man.
That's what the mute button's for, bro. Well done, Kev. That may trigger a response from SjoW as he killed a lot of units there. He might have a bit of a window that he could push into. There are some High Templar out on the map, and Storm is, of course, the ultimate "oh no, you didn't" bio units spell.
Wow, so many gates right now for HerO, and thanks for saving me right there, Ben, because I couldn't hold it anymore. But I was excited because that was really, really cool. SjoW realizing what's going on and also realizing he has to stop that, because if he just keeps running with his entire army, HerO is going to buy himself a ridiculous amount of time and SjoW would never be able to do something. So he got all those buy units here. Then HerO trying to fight it with those charge slots, but SjoW very smart, moving in his lower corner, so a lot of buy units from the high ground could fight as well. I was loving that. What I love from HerO right now, Ben, is that he's getting his first Warp Prisms, and when you have that many gates, that's just so smart.
Yeah, Warp Prisms are good in so many different ways right now. He can load up his High Templar, use them to drop, or keep them safe from EMP. He can harass at different places around the map. There's just such a valuable tool at this phase of the game. I also want to commend SjoW for his very clean macro this game. He really hasn't missed a beat. He's already got a 4th base.
He does have 1,500 minerals, 700 gas right now, but maybe he's just waiting to see if he needs to produce Vikings or not. Now he actually starts producing Vikings, which he doesn't really have to yet. He has a lot of ghosts, but he's going to need good EMPs on those High Templars. If he gets those High Templars, he could have really fought that army.
Could he possibly snipe right now?
Oh, feedback.
Well, I guess the Marines can just stem in and do the job. There's a nice EMP on a couple of Zealots. And HerO will once again have to turn around. There's only 2 High Templar with the army.
This is kind of scary for HerO right now. He does have a lot of gates, but this army of SjoW is so strong.
Oh my god, those
If he doesn't land storms, he would have been in a lot of trouble, but SjoW backs off.
I think HerO's on 15 gates right now. Am I counting this right?
13, I think.
God, he can just make so many Zealots at a time. Huge push coming from SjoW with Marines, a handful of Marauders and some Ghosts.
2-2 just finished for SjoW. He's starting 3-3 straight away, while HerO is at 1-2 right now. So how crazy is that? A Terran with an upgrade advantage. Well, decent storm goes down there for HerO.
Yep,
Terran with upgraded advantage against Protoss, despite losing that first engineering bay ban.
Unbelievable, man. Scanning right on top of that army, sees what he has to deal with, and actually upon seeing that, he's going to choose to push. Storm does go down on top of the bio, and SjoW eats the full duration, loses a lot of units there. Ghosts also getting stormed to death. A single Ghost remains. No, there's 2 Ghosts.
Big warp in right now over here on the top side of the map for HerO. Having that Warp Prism is oh so smart, and this is really scary. Now you have 1-2 Zealots, soon you're going to have 2-3 Zealots in your main. And I think SjoW's just going to try to push the issue and just going to try to win the game right now.
I don't think it's a bad idea. These Zealots are all behind the Stalkers. Another good storm. More great storms from HerO. He's just really decimating this Bioforce with some beautiful storm play. Just backing up, buying himself time, and SjoW really getting beaten badly in the natural of HerO.
So many gates means so many new charge slots, and I think that's going to be enough. 1 more storm going down, 2 more storms actually going down. SjoW does still have quite a few bio units, but if HerO gets 1 more warp in, which he gets over there on the right top side right now, I think he's going to be more than fine.
Archon's finished. Charge lot's going to come pouring in, and HerO just exemplary patience. He's going to stream in with these last units, cleaning up the push of SjoW. And if we look back into the main base of SjoW, his income there has been ravaged. He's got Zealots taking out his production as well. Beautiful play here by Liquid HerO. I cannot believe how patiently he just sat back and waited and finally reached a point where he said, all right, let's make this defense happen, as he warps in Zealots and just attacks at multiple places. Beautiful play by
that looked so scary though, because SjoW had more supply than HerO, and HerO just made a big warp in the main base of SjoW. So imagine how hard it was for HerO to win that fight. But I hate to be overly critical against Micro and against Storms, because it's something that they do 10 times better than me. So who am I to say that they didn't Micro perfectly? But you did see that parts of SjoW's army were inactive, just because he tried to dodge those Storms, and it's so hard for a Terran to do that effectively. But most of the bio units were just often not fighting, and then those charge slots were super effective, because they were just fighting one head-to-head against a small Bioforce, and the remaining parts of SjoW's army were not fighting.
There was that, and SjoW also ate a lot of the duration of those storms.
That first storm was a bit He felt a bit like Rambo, man. It's like, all right, you can hit me in my face. It's okay.
Yeah, he's like, give me your best shot. Then HerO's like, knockout punch. Boom.
HerO's like, all right, here comes Storm. And he's like, oh, that didn't hurt, but deep inside.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you're young and someone tackles you and he's like, oh, sorry, man. And you're like,
just get up really fast. Yeah. Like, I'm okay.
It's okay. I didn't feel a thing. And then the moment nobody's watching, you're like, oh, my knee.
You like start to cry.
That's kind of what happened to all those Marines of SjoW right there. SjoW is still in it, though, man. He lost a lot of SCVs. But he does still have a triple orbital and he has the middle, but he can't really mine from it because there's the Colossus and there are Stalkers here, so it's going to be really, really tough for him. But he still has a little bit of money. He's still mining from this left side over here, so maybe he's able to max out once more. And his max is actually going to be bigger than HerO's max right now because HerO has more workers. So maybe SjoW can make the impossible happen.
Yeah, we've definitely seen crazier comebacks. We saw one yesterday with Puma versus Braddock. So, I mean, SjoW, let's not count him out, but he is definitely in a bad situation, down in supply. Although the Army supply, very, very close. There's only about 20 supply difference. Down in bases, down in workers.
He has 3-3 right now, and HerO is at 3-1-2, 3-1-3, almost finished.
Wow, how many numbers was that? 3-1-2, 3-1-3?
Yeah.
I didn't follow that at all, man.
No? Okay, I'm sorry. It's process upgrades, man.
There's so many things they can upgrade.
Yeah.
As HerO does push and take out this planetary. EMP whiffs there, only hitting a couple of the Zealots, missing the High Templar. And HerO just starting to kind of constrict, choking out SjoW.
SjoW does have a small hit force over here on the right side, but beautiful right there. Having that High Templar as well, scattering away all those Marines. Oh, those Marines will be able to take out that cannon and this High Templar, but HerO is just like, alright, if you want to attack that base, I'm going to attack your main base, man.
Oh, another big storm goes down, cleans up that harassing group. As you said, HerO is pushing in.
Oh, I missed it. So sad.
It was like the micro challenge, man. Perfect storm. Oh, feedbacks on some ghosts there. That was nice. And wow, the High Templar even getting away. He's going to live to feed back another day.
He deserves to get morphed into an Archon right now. The merging will be complete soon. Once more, Blink into the main base. I love how HerO did this. I mean, Blink Stalkers against Terran have becoming more and more popular on Antigua Shipyard. SjoW does have a lot of close goes over here. He snipes a lot of High Templars. I'm loving that. The sound of snipe is still my favorite sound effect in the game, but it's still, he's going to need more than just a few snipes, man.
Picked off every High Templar in the army. Finally, HerO gets back to some detection. How did he see those ghosts?
No, those ghosts were actually
their energy ran out.
Because their energy ran out.
Stalker's still blinking around, causing some troubles back in the main base of HerO. And SjoW's just not going to even bother with those Stalkers. He's just going to leave them be. Meanwhile, HerO's trying to warp in some more High Templar. He's added about 5 to the third base there. So when he does push again, he's going to have a very formidable army. I can't believe these Stalkers, man. They're just running wild through the third base now at SjoW.
HerO adds 9 more gates, man. That's going to put him up to 22 gates.
Oh, my. And with the money he has, he can warp in a Zealot off of every single one of them, which is going to make the next fight a really, really important one for SjoW. As he does drop that cloak, once again, he's going to push forward, looking for the High Templar. They're all hidden up in the third base. HerO's sacrificing probes. A beautiful storm on so many Marines. Second one not quite as good, but there's a lot more where that came from. And HerO, again, just being so patient, falls back.
But I love it, Ben. He knows that he's earning so much more than SjoW right now, and he has a ton of reinforcements. So all he has to do is stall time. Every second works so much in his advantage. Storm goes down once more. There's barely any EMP left, and now HerO's just going to sandwich this army.
Yep, he's going to go for it from both sides. Zealots coming from every angle. Look at that storm.
Barely doesn't even need his main army. Just those reinforcements or those warp-ins were enough for HerO. HerO takes out SjoW 2-0 and continues his flawless record in the NASL.
SjoW knew he was beat. Taps out. Makes him now 1-3 in the group. So things are getting a little bit daunting for SjoW. But really, he's not alone. There's like half the group is winning all their games, half the group is losing all their games. So there's still some opportunities for SjoW as we move forward in the season.
We'll see what happens in the next game, Ben, which I believe is going to be Reun against the Muslim. The Muslim, one of his players who has an undefeated record so far in the NASL as well. But just to talk a little bit more about this game, I liked it a lot, and we pointed out in the start that SjoW's opening is a little bit more economic than the one of HerO, and you could really see that in a certain moment where SjoW's army was stronger, SjoW had better upgrades, and he made a push, which was a really scary push, and it was really hard to defend. I mean, HerO makes everything look easy when you watch HerO play Protoss. HerO is kind of like the Stefano of Protoss. You know, when you watch him play, you just you love him because he's so good.
But
and
you hate him because you go ladder and you try to do that. You're just this is
like
dumb.
if I that defense was really hard. He needed those force fields. He needed to be also patient. SjoW had better upgrades. SjoW had stimmed bio. Oh, actually in that moment he didn't have upgrades, but stimmed bio, and his army was bigger.
Medevacs.
Yeah, and medevacs, and then the Protoss army. So it's really so hard to not just flat out die in that moment. But HerO drops good force fields, buys himself enough time, and then eventually just gets an economy that's out of control and is also patient. Really good storms, of course.
Patience is really the word, and I'm just blown away by how he's able to sit back and just wait and wait and wait and wait, and then at the last second, when you can't possibly wait anymore, he finally does go and just crushing right through SjoW. HerO showing us why he is on top of that group and on top of the world right now. He's one of the best Protoss players on the planet, hands down, bar none. That game brought to you guys by Azo monitors. Next game going to be Ryung versus the Muslim. As Kevin has already said, we're going to play a very short commercial break, and then we'll be back with a lot more StarCraft 2 action at the North American Star League.